You have probably showered thousands of times in your life, maybe tens of thousands. And yet, there is a very real chance you have never once asked yourself a simple question: does it matter when I do this? Most people shower the same way, at the same time, for the same reason, every single day. They step in, they step out, and they never stop to wonder if showering at a different time might actually do something different for their body. It feels like such a small, ordinary thing, far too simple to hide anything worth discovering. And yet, as you will see in just a few minutes, this very simple thing has been quietly working on your body, in one direction or another, your entire life. Today, we are going to ask that question properly, and the answer might surprise you. Today, we are not talking about one single habit. We are talking about two, and how they work in completely different ways: a morning shower and a night shower. Most people think these are just the same thing, happening at different hours. They are not. This is not about which one is the correct shower, and it is not about telling you to change your entire routine. It is about understanding what each one is actually doing for your body, so that the choice you make every day becomes a real choice, instead of just something that happens to you. Here is the question for today: why does a morning shower wake up your body, while a night shower helps it wind down? And how do you know which one your body actually needs? By the end of this episode, you will understand the real difference between the two. And you will know exactly what to try tonight or tomorrow morning, based on what your body needs right now. Let's start. For most people, the time they shower was never really a decision at all. It started as something a parent decided, back when they were a child, simply because of the family's schedule. Maybe it was morning, before school. Maybe it was evening, before bed. Either way, nobody really chose it. It just became the time showering happened, every day, for so many years that it stopped feeling like a choice and started feeling like a fact about who they are. Add to that the fact that showering has always felt like a hygiene task, nothing more. Wash your body, get clean, move on with the day. Nobody really connects that simple action to something as different as energy levels, or how easily they fall asleep at night. Those two things feel like they belong in completely separate categories, even though, as you will see shortly, they are actually connected. There is also the matter of daily life simply deciding for people. Someone showers in the morning because they have an early job, and there is no time once they get home, exhausted, late in the evening. Someone else showers at night because mornings are too rushed, every single minute already spoken for, before they even step out the door. The choice gets made by the schedule, not by what the body might actually want or need. And underneath all of this, there is one more layer most people never even consider. It is not only about morning or night. The temperature of the water matters too, in ways that quietly change everything. Most people assume the only real choice is which part of the day to shower in, never realizing that warm water and cool water can push the body in two opposite directions, regardless of the clock. On top of that, there is a simple comfort factor that keeps people locked into their routine. A cold shower in the morning, when the body is still warm from bed, can feel like a shock nobody is asking for, especially on a chilly day. A cool shower at night, after a long day, can feel equally unwelcome when all anyone wants is warmth and rest. So people naturally drift toward whatever feels most comfortable in that moment, without ever connecting that comfort to a longer-term effect on their energy or their sleep. There is also the simple fact that changing a routine this old and this automatic requires actually remembering to try something different, which is harder than it sounds. A habit performed thousands of times does not just pause itself for an experiment. Someone has to consciously decide, in the middle of an ordinary busy day, to do their shower differently than they have ever done it before. None of this means anyone has been doing it wrong. These are simply the reasons most people never thought to ask the question we are asking today. Now, let's look at what is actually happening inside the body and why the timing turns out to matter more than almost anyone expects. So why does a morning shower feel so different from a night shower? Let's keep this simple. Your body temperature is not exactly the same all day long. It shifts a little, rising and falling in a steady pattern, connected closely to whether you feel awake or sleepy. In the evening, as your body prepares for sleep, your temperature naturally begins to drop a little. This drop is part of what helps you feel sleepy and ready to rest. A warm shower at night gently supports this process. The warm water raises your skin temperature for a few minutes, and then, once you step out into the cooler air of the room, your body temperature drops a bit faster than it would have otherwise. That faster drop seems to help signal to your body that sleep is coming, making it easier to wind down and drift off once you finally lie down. In the morning, the opposite kind of shift can be useful. Your body is moving in the other direction, naturally rising in temperature and alertness as the day begins. A cooler shower, or even a warm shower finished with a few seconds of cooler water, can give that natural rise a small extra push. The sudden coolness makes your body respond quickly, sending a burst of alertness through you that can leave you feeling noticeably more awake, faster than a warm shower alone usually does. This is really the heart of the difference. It is not that one shower is good and the other is bad. It is that warmth and coolness send your body in two different directions, and the time of day either supports that direction or works against it. Many sleep experts say that a warm shower before bed is one of the simplest ways many people find it easier to fall asleep. Not because the shower itself makes anyone tired, but because it works together with something the body is already trying to do on its own. In a similar way, many people who shower with cooler water in the morning say they feel sharper and more alert within minutes. Again, not because the water has some magic effect, but because it nudges the body's own natural rhythm along a little faster. There is something else worth understanding about that quick burst of alertness in the morning. When cool water suddenly touches the skin, the body reacts almost the way it would to any sudden change, by sending a quick signal through the whole body. Breathing tends to quicken slightly for a moment. The heart beats a little faster too, moving blood around more quickly. None of this happens with warm water, which tends to feel soothing rather than sudden, encouraging the body to settle rather than react. You might wonder how this compares to something like coffee, since coffee is so often the first thing people reach for to feel awake. Coffee works mainly by changing certain signals inside the brain that control how tired you feel. A cool shower works differently, through this sudden physical reaction throughout the whole body, rather than through anything chemical. The two are not really replacements for each other. Many people find that combining a cooler shower with their usual coffee gives a stronger, more complete feeling of being properly awake than either one alone. Here is a simple example. There was a person who had always showered in the morning, the same routine since childhood, never questioned, never changed. At night, falling asleep was often difficult, even on days when they felt completely exhausted by bedtime. A friend suggested trying something different, just for 1 week. A short, warm shower, about an hour before going to sleep, in addition to their usual morning routine, not instead of it. By the middle of that week, falling asleep felt noticeably easier. Not dramatically different, but easier, in a way they could actually feel. It was not that the shower had put them to sleep directly. It seemed to simply help their body's natural temperature drop happen exactly when their body was already trying to make it happen anyway. Here is a second, shorter example, going in the opposite direction. There was someone who always showered at night and struggled every single morning to feel properly awake, no matter how much coffee they drank beforehand. One morning, almost as an experiment, they finished their usual shower with about 10 seconds of noticeably cooler water at the very end. The reaction was immediate and obvious, a quick jolt of alertness that coffee alone had never quite managed to deliver. They began ending their morning showers this way regularly, not because it felt comfortable in the moment, but because of how awake it left them feeling just afterward. A third example comes from someone who tried both changes at once, out of pure curiosity about whether the science actually held up in real life. They kept their usual quick morning shower, but added a few seconds of cool water at the end. And they added a separate, short, warm shower in the evening, about an hour before bed, on top of their existing routine. After about 2 weeks, they noticed 2 separate things happening, each connected to a different shower. Mornings felt a little sharper, a little faster to get going. Nights felt a little easier to settle into, falling asleep without quite as much tossing and turning as before. 2 different showers, 2 completely different jobs, both quietly working exactly as expected. This idea is not entirely new either. Many athletes have used contrasting water temperatures for years, alternating warm and cool water after training, long before anyone framed it in terms of morning and night routines specifically. The same basic principle, that temperature change affects how the body feels afterward, simply gets applied here to something much smaller and much more ordinary, a regular shower, rather than an intense workout. What works for someone recovering from a hard training session can work, in a much gentler way, for someone simply trying to wake up a little faster or fall asleep a little easier. So now you understand why these 2 showers work so differently. But here is where it is easy to get this wrong. People sometimes think they need to pick one and abandon the other entirely, as if morning and night showers are somehow in competition with each other. That is not the right way to think about this at all. This is not really about choosing morning over night, or night over morning. It is about matching the shower to the purpose you actually need in that moment. If you want to feel more alert in the morning, that does not require starting a whole new shower from scratch. It simply means ending your existing shower with a few seconds of cooler water, just before you turn it off. You do not need ice-cold water, just noticeably cooler than what you have been using. If you struggle to fall asleep at night, that does not mean replacing your morning shower either. It simply means adding a separate, short, warm shower roughly an hour before bed, even if you already showered earlier that day. Warm, not hot, just comfortably warm, for a few minutes, somewhere in that hour before you plan to sleep. You do not have to do both of these every single day. Some people only need one or the other, depending on which problem actually bothers them: slow mornings or difficult nights. Pay attention to which one matters more for you personally, and start there. There is also no need to overthink the exact temperature or the exact number of seconds. A little experimentation over a week or two will usually show you what feels right for your own body, since everyone responds slightly differently to warmth and coolness. If a fully cool ending feels too uncomfortable at first, you can ease into it gradually. Start with just a few seconds of slightly cooler water, rather than jumping straight to something very cold. Over a week or two, you can slowly increase how cool it gets, or how long it lasts, as your body becomes more used to the sensation. If you already happen to shower both in the morning and at night, for whatever reason, this habit becomes even simpler. You do not need to add anything new at all. You only need to adjust the temperature of showers you are already taking: cooler at the end in the morning, warmer and a little longer in the evening, matching each one to the purpose it can naturally support. Once you start choosing your shower based on what you actually need, rather than simply repeating the same routine out of habit, the shower itself becomes something closer to a small tool, instead of just a daily task you complete without thinking. So here is what you can do. Tonight or tomorrow morning, choose based on what you actually need. If you want to feel more alert in the morning, try a cooler shower, or end your warm shower with a few seconds of cooler water near the very end. If you want to sleep more easily tonight, try a separate warm shower about an hour before bed, even if you already showered earlier in the day. So remember, choose your shower based on your purpose: alert in the morning or calm at night. That is the one thing. Can you try this? I think you can. It costs nothing extra beyond water you were already going to use anyway. And tonight, or tomorrow morning, your body might respond a little differently than it usually does. You do not need to get this perfect right away. The first time you try a cooler ending in the morning, it might feel a little uncomfortable, and that is completely normal. The first warm shower before bed might not feel dramatically different either. Give it a few tries, on a few different days, before deciding whether it works for you. We are almost at the end of today's episode, but before we finish, let me paint one small picture for you. Tonight, you step into a warm shower, about an hour before bed. The water is warm, not hot. You stay a few minutes longer than usual. When you step out, your skin cools quickly in the air. Somewhere inside, your body temperature begins to drop, gently, the same way it does naturally before sleep. Tomorrow morning, you step into another shower. This time, you let the water turn a little cooler near the end, just for a few seconds. You feel your body respond, a small jolt of alertness, awake, ready. Same water, same you. Two completely different purposes, each one doing exactly what you needed it to do. It took nothing extra, no new product, no special equipment. Just the water you already had, used a little differently, at the moment your body could actually use it. Let's remember what we talked about today. Your body temperature naturally drops a little before sleep, and rises a little when you wake up. A warm shower at night can help that natural temperature drop happen, helping your body wind down. A cooler shower in the morning can help your body temperature rise back up, helping you feel more alert. Neither shower is better than the other. They simply work for different purposes. You can choose your shower's timing and temperature based on what your body actually needs that day. Tonight or tomorrow morning, choose your shower based on your purpose. Alert in the morning, calm at night. That is the one thing. Now let's go over our words for today. Temperature. Your body temperature changes a little, depending on when you shower. Drop. A warm shower at night helps your body temperature drop afterward, and that drop helps you sleep. Rise. A cooler shower in the morning can help your body temperature rise back up, wind down. A warm shower at night helps your body wind down before sleep. Alert. A cooler shower in the morning can make you feel more alert, faster. Purpose. Both showers work, they just work for a different purpose. 6 small words, 2 different showers, and 1 simple idea worth carrying with you tomorrow morning, and again tomorrow night. If this was helpful, listen again, or share it with a friend who wants to learn English and feel better in the morning. And tell us in the comments, do you shower in the morning or at night? Either answer is completely fine. The real question was never which one you choose, but whether that choice is actually working for you or simply happening out of habit. Now you know how to find out. See you next time.